emphasizing those strengths, hiding those weaknesses, and playing some winning football.
We've reached the halfway mark of the regular season. A lot of work left to do as we're away in Week 9. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by a motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's great young QBs, Joe Burrow.
And there's certainly still people talking about the game. The buzz is real. He posted unbelievable numbers last week. Even his passing numbers continue to rise league-wide. Well, he reached heights rarely flown to in league history. It took volume, sure, to get him there, but also an eagle eye to see everything out there perfectly. He and the rest of us, we can only hope that he comes close to seeing that kind of production today.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 36. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. They left him wide open. It's complete. Touchdown, Cincinnati. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by the mustached quarterback from Washington State, Gardner Minshew.
And if he could only flip that 3-to-1 ratio, have it be 3 touchdowns to 1 pick, instead of the other way around, I think we'd have seen that loss flip to a win as well. Clean slate this week. We'll see what he's done to address the showing from his last time out.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Here's Madison again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run. And a great try at that first down.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Minshew on first down. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. They'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Brought down by the veteran, Von Bell. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They give it to him again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They'll go right back to Madison. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a gain of 4, and they're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Minshew. This will be caught by Adams. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. A good 5 yards on the run. Now they're going to have 3rd and goal at the 4. Minshew setting up to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders finish up. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all the... So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call.
Roughing a kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. Well, so far, they've got to be pretty happy with how he's been leading their offense. It has been a great start.
And I'd hesitate to say it's only going to get better, especially if they really decide to keep running this offense through that quarterback's arm.
He's throwing deep to the left side. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that 1st down. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. Catch is made in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Wow, the start he is on. This is going to be a heck of a performance if he and his quarterback can keep this pace up today, Brock.
And by starting so strong, he's going to benefit all of his fellow receivers. This defense is going to have to start dictating coverage to him, and it's going to open up his boys.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Buys time, rolling right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals break the tie here in the 1st. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Back-to-back carries here. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Stop made by Sam Hubbard. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Play action, it's Minshew. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Devontae Adams, the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Bengals ready for their next series. Let out. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11. Shot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Completes this one to Chase. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Got to think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go.
On one, right?
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Shot.
Burrow from the gun. Finds his man, Chase. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by, I love this name, Devon Diablo. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, Minshew. He'll get this one to Adams. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Now a give running right. And he's brought down for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
He gets another shot here. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Minshew. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Here's Charlie Jones with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They come in riding an 8-game winning streak, one of the longest in the league all season, partner. And they're in control of what could be win number 9. On first down, here's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And it sets up second down.
Here we go. Stop.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch.
Here we go.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Stop.
It's a design boot. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.